Hello friends, welcome to Making Life Changes, and today we are going to be transplanting some of our tomatoes. Now this AeroGrow bag that we're using here, we had a lot of tomatoes in it. We've been pruning them down and we've been transplanting the tomatoes. As you can see, we have too many in this container. We're going to leave 5, one in each corner and one in the center, but we're going to remove 2 of them. So the first thing you want to do before you transplant a tomato plant is you want to make sure you remove all the bottom leaves. Tomatoes grow all along their stems, so you want to bury them as high as possible. I'm actually going to take this plant all the way up here, maybe here. We'll see how it looks when we get over in the ground. We've already got a spot for it, but I'm going to go ahead and remove this leaf, and I'm going to remove this leaf, and I'm going to get ready to dig all around this tomato plant, make sure I don't damage the roots. So I'm going to go further enough around so that I pick the plant up away from its roots, so I can get some dirt and then get the roots so I don't break any of those. And we're also going to be removing another one of these plants over here. We're going to take them over here in the hole in a sec, and I'm going to show you what we do when we transplant these plants so we get them off to the best start. As you can see, we've got the tomato plant taken out of the pot. I didn't damage any of its roots. It's still in its root ball. I've trimmed off a lot of the leaves. I'm probably going to end up taking this leaf off. We'll see how it looks in the ground. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to put a tablespoon of Epsom salt in the bottom of my hole that I dug out. Now the reason I do that, because I'm in zone 9A, I'm in Houston, Texas, and Houston, Texas is notorious for clay soil. So this is Epsom salt. Get it at Walmart, your local nursery. I'm going to put this in here because it helps break down and amend the soil over a course of time. So just 1 tablespoon in the bottom here of the hole will be sufficient. I'll get a nice little tablespoon of it. And I'm just going to put that down here. It's going to help break down that clay soil that's at the bottom of my grow area. The top of this I filled with Mel's Mix, which I'm going to put in this hole. If you bring the camera back over here, you can see this is Mel's Mix, and we have another video which I could put down below in the description that can show you how to make this soil. This is perfect. We make our own soil here at Making Life Changes. We live in Texas, so with the clay soil, especially in Houston, we have to put another layer on top of the clay because the clay doesn't drain well and most plants don't like it. There's a few plants that like it, and continue to keep watching us and we'll tell you what plants grow really well in clay. Tomatoes are not one of them. So I dug this out about 1 foot. I added a tablespoon of this Epsom salt, and now I'm going to go ahead and place a little bit of dirt on top of that Epsom salt, so just so the roots aren't directly on the Epsom salt. Just a little bit of my Mel's Mix. And then I'm going to take this plant and I'm going to gently put it right down here in the bottom of the hole. In fact, I may even turn him around a little bit because I want him as much space as I can with the other plants. We use square foot gardening. Yeah, I think that will work really well. And we try to put 1 plant this size in every square foot. Now, as you keep watching our video channel, we'll show that there's certain plants that you can put up to 16 plants in 1 square foot, or 9 plants, or 4 plants, like dwarf kale, or 2 plants for regular kale, or a pepper plant, or a Brussels sprout plant. It's 1. So let me go ahead and fill this hole back. Now, immediately after I fill this, I'm going to water it. So it gets a nice, good watering. And what I'm going to water it with is some liquid root development. I just got this in a bottle, but it's root development. You can get it from any nursery, any grow store. And it just helps stimulate the roots when you plant. I just put a tablespoon in per gallon of water and put it in. And we're going to show you what it looks like when we're finished. All right, as you can see, we have the plant in here. I went ahead and left the bottom leaf. I just don't want the leaf touching the ground because when it's touching the ground, it can get disease that can travel up through the plant. So I went ahead and left it on there. I put a tablespoon per gallon of my root stimulator. It's a liquid stimulator. And I put it in here, and I'm going to pour that around, give it a nice good watering to get it off to a good start. Just around. Try not to ever get the leaves wet if you can help it. Only time I get leaves wet on tomato plants is when I'm using Epsom salt. Every 2 weeks, I'll put a little Epsom salt rinse on them, which really helps the plant grow. And now I'm going to take some of my mulch, and I'm just going to fill in around the plant here, which will help retain moisture and also keep pests down. And it'll really help the plant get off to a really, really good start. And it looks really nice too. And we'll fill this in here in a minute and make it all look pretty nice here. As you can see, we got some big eggplants growing over there. We got more videos on that as well. Now, if we've been helpful to you, don't forget to hit subscribe and like and hit that bell so you can get reminders on our videos. We're also on Instagram at Making Life Changes, and we have a Facebook channel as well, which is facebook.com/Making Life Changes Ministries. And we have a website if you'd like to get in and hearing more about God's Word, because gardening is a part of God's Word. It's the health message, which is the right arm of the gospel. You can also go and join our newsletter and see our other ministries at makinglifechanges.org. God bless you. I am Making Life Changes, and you can too.